That says record. Okay, so we'll call to order at 6 o'clock. Selectmen's meeting, it is Monday, July 11th. Renee O'Donnell, Brian Carlisle, and Cindy Grant are present. And we're gonna go through the warrants first. I'll read them all. Warrants, PY warrant 145 for $2,578.75. AP warrant number 146 was voided and replaced with AP warrant number 147 for $12,020.62. AP warrant number 148 for $548. PY warrant for number 149 for $9,940. And then two new warrants, AP warrant number 150, which is the last of the 2015-16 cycle, for $22,000, 341.06. And AP warrant 1, which is the first warrant for the 2016 cycle, for $251,453.93. I make a motion we accept the warrants as read.
Second.
All in favor? It's carried. So those
What
are
was the change on that last one?
93 cents. AP warrant 1.
5145393.
Yes, 251,453.93.
That's the first one.
That's the last one.
That's the last one.
That's the first one of the fiscal year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a fire department May report. And a rescue May report. Oh, it's in the back, right?
I didn't put them all in order.
Okay,
General.
all right. That's all right, there's rescue. That's... So this says fire and rescue.
I haven't got the new one yet for June. That was the last one I received.
Okay. This was the last one you've received for May. It says personnel radios were serviced by Atlantic Communications. Truck radios have not been serviced yet. What are all the black marks?
They crossed it out.
They-
Those are the,
Where they're responding?
yeah.
Why are they crossing it out? Isn't it just the town name? Oh, it says Dixmont.
It's the address and location.
Oh, okay. That's blacked out.
It's
But the town-
it's a privacy thing for who? Is it a? It,
But they are still responding to Dixmont? Fire, rescue. Got a report for recreation?
She may be here later, she's working.
Okay. Gary, do you have anything from the library?
I have nothing to add.
This is my favorite part of the evening, right there. Ah, goodness. Okay, our town manager.
Couple of things, I was wondering, I know, back when, Gina left, the vote to allow me to sign signatures and everything. You guys ought to do it where Brian's new.
Okay, okay.
Until we get somebody else in the office, just authorizing one signature. The policy for the town says it has to have two.
Right.
But it's
I know that
allowed-
Skip and I did do that.
Yes, you did,
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. Would you like me to make a motion for
yes,
that?
please.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we allow Cindy Grant, our town manager, to be the single signature on checks until such time that as we hire an assistant a clerk in the office.
Second.
All in favor? Okay.
The other thing I have is I had a resident from Hamden call. She lives on the Hamden-Newburgh line. This has been brought up before, a fireworks ordinance. She is under the understanding we work the same as Hamden does, that the council can just amend their ordinances and stuff, which we can. It has to go to a town vote.
Right.
But she has evidently has a kennel with dogs,
Yeah.
and she's had some issues with some residents in Newburgh shooting off fireworks. So I told her I'd bring it to you as far as,
She could address I think that would be our planning board, wouldn't it, to develop any new ordinances?
well, yeah, but they do it upon, the request, some of them of the.
Of us.
I did explain to her that, we can do a fireworks ordinance, but the consensus is policing it is the big thing.
Right, enforcing it.
But she had.
Does it happen once a year? Is she disturbed once a year there, or on a regular
She
basis?
says it's on a regular basis, but
Can you
I
tell
don't
me
know
where,
if it's-
she live on the 69,
she lives on the Kennebec Road,
Oh,
just over the Newburgh line. She has a kennel.
mhm.
She breeds dogs.
Oh,
So
Yeah, I know who she is.
I told her I would ask.
yeah,
But it's gonna be close to a year before we can do anything.
Right.
Because it has to go to the people.
right.
Just wanted to know your thoughts.
Wow.
Well, I can see, you can write an ordinance, we can instruct somebody to write an ordinance, but again, policing that ordinance but if you had something on the books, I suppose it would protect the town from any kind of situation, Is there any way we can figure out, some people have ordinances like, no, they're not shot, nothing after like 8 o'clock at night.
State law regulates a lot of that.
Yeah.
And that's.
Do you know do we have the
I
same?
don't know what the state law is. I can pull it,
I was like, why don't we just-
for the next meeting.
Yeah, why don't we get a copy, I'll make that note. I'll get a copy of the state law for fireworks,
Okay,
and we'll take it from there.
all right.
Sir? Anything else?
No, that's
Okay.
it.
How about we're gonna go to the salt bids.
Yes. We had put in, again, to go, with the county.
Mm-hmm.
It came back. New England Salt again, I believe, is the one that we had last year, Scott?
Yep.
At $62 a ton. Which
Is that comparable to what we've been paying?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. So you will work with Scott to get the order together,
Yeah.
see what we need?
Yep,
Okay.
When do we do the sand?
when do we do it?
Yeah, when do we contract or get the sand?
We send it in, with the county, they send us a thing, and that's what this is the result
Same
of,
as-
is they
okay.
took our numbers and our contract that we signed, and it went with, I think is it 13 loads?
Yeah, I don't think we used
Something
close
like
to that
that.
last year, but
So,
Okay.
How many tons of load?
usually 30 to 32.
Thank you.
Okay, the ballot for the MMA Legislative Policy and Executive Committee.
we received this, to vote for, people to be on the legislative committee they're the ones that go and submit law and stuff on
Right.
behalf of MMA.
Right?
And there's 2 seats available. As you can see from the ballot, Mike Crooker, the town manager in Glenburn, is one.
Right?
And then there's a spot for a write-in.
Right?
We did get a request from somebody that would like to be a write-in, which is Serena, who used to be the manager here.
Mhm.
She emailed me and asked, if the town would, nominate her as a write-in on this ballot.
You need a nomination from us?
It's your decision, you have to sign it, so.
I think I'm all set with Mike Crooker.
Yeah.
Do you know either one of these guys? Okay.
Is Mr. Crooker the resident?
Yes,
here? Okay.
yes, he
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna,
This is the
actual
ballot
ballot,
that you need to,
we might as well sign it while we're sitting here.
okay.
We both sign it, correct?
Yeah.
And we're gonna leave the write-in blank?
Yes. Okay. Municipality is just at the town, right?
Yes.
School building committee.
There's a meeting coming up. This is the, committee that meets, that Brian probably doesn't know about this, but I've been going to the meetings. This is the one where they're trying to come up with this
Design,
design, this big huge design to redo, McGraw Weatherby.
they're trying to put a connector out back so the little ones don't have to go outside.
I am hoping to attend this, just to let
Okay.
you know.
All right.
So,
How much were they proposing for this?
that's the thing, is they won't come up with this schematic design that they talk about.
Right,
They say they can't come up with a number until this schematic design is done. But based on what they've said and discussions that we've seen in the meetings, they've been told by the 3 town managers in the district that the towns cannot afford this in the next 2 or 3 years.
right.
So we're just attending and staying on top of it. So.
Okay, great. Thank you. The annual LRAP report. Blah.
Okay, that's the, what we do with our road money. Every year, they send us this report. I just wanted you to be aware of it. I have to document, because we get road funds.
Mm-hmm,
So we have to document that we've actually spent those on road work, legitimate road work and
Okay.
projects, or we've banked the money for a future With this town has no problem spending the money for the road
right, I was
budget
just, I'm sure we took care of it.
So I just wanted you to be aware, I have done it,
Okay,
and I'll send it in the mail to them tomorrow.
okay. Advertising for the office staff position.
I come up with 2 ads. The hard part is we didn't budget for any advertising for those 2 positions. I know you would send an email, I didn't get a chance to respond, Brian. But I believe, unless I'm mistaken, one is what we consider full-time at 36 hours, I believe. and
Yeah, I didn't
32.
word it very clear.
Yeah.
I'm curious, are you staying with just the one person, or are you replacing both people?
Well, we had intentions to replace Tracy, once a new budget came in, because I had increased the hours and increased the pay. But that part-time, until that's all passed, I don't think
Okay.
we could do that.
Yeah, maybe we just address one at a
But
time.
the other position is 36 hours, with health insurance benefits.
So you're gonna put that out,
Well, that's why, I mean, as far as advertising, like I said, we didn't budget for any advertising for stuff like this.
right?
And it's cost a couple $100 to do. I can put it on MMA free. There are some websites I can advertise it on. I can put it in the e-news. I can, send it, fax it out.
Does
to-
anybody even go to the Bangor Daily for a job anymore?
Online, but,
Yeah, I know, but
yeah, so,
does it cost anything to put it, well, it would still cost to advertise it online as well.
Yes.
yeah.
How much is 2 weeks online, or 2 or 3
It's
weeks?
$200 or $300.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So
You know, right?
I do.
I'll
I
put
quit
it out
advertising.
at MMA, and like I said, I did, there's a website somebody told me about where it's like job search.
Right,
And it's called We or something, but I'll try to get it on that. I'll put it on the town's webpage and in the
all right,
e-news
all
to
right,
start out with and see what we get.
right. If we
And-
don't get, by the next meeting though, if we don't get responses, we should expand the
Yeah.
exposure,
Yeah,
you know,
so,
okay.
Could I address that for now? Could I address that a minute? I'm seeing that we're starting out at $15 an hour. And I did a little bit of research on clerks, and $12 seems to be the normal for an experienced clerk to start. I'm just wondering why we decided to start out with such a high rate of pay.
Well, I'm sure our last clerk was $15 an hour, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it depends on what you research.
Well, I did quite a lot of it because I wanted to see, because I think that, I think we're paying a lot for inexperienced clerk to start. If we had an experienced clerk, and you're talking, but you gotta take her time to train someone.
I would think that, we could just say the pay was based on your experience. I mean, if you have to train somebody right from the bottom up, that's one thing, but if someone comes and wants the job and they've got a lot of experience,
Well, that's what she's looking for, right? Is
in
experience.
business and with it.
Right. But I didn't see that I put a price in here.
You didn't put it on here, I see from the budgeting.
Right, but that's what's budgeted, doesn't necessarily
Well,
mean
no,
that's
but
what
I'm
they're
just
gonna
saying if
get.
it was budgeted, I'm
There.
just interjecting here, I wasn't at budget committees and couldn't talk anyway, but I just did a little research on why we would be doing that. I mean, we're
Yeah.
adding another $11,000 a year for their health insurance on top of $15
This-
an hour.
This ad does not have a wage
No.
in it.
No.
And neither one of those positions in the past have started out what's budgeted. They build up and,
Just from a
okay.
resident's perspective, thank you.
Okay. Sign the abatement for Travis Jalbert.
Yes, you guys had last meeting.
Yes, I actually found a letter and gave it to Brian and caught him up on that.
Yeah, here's the,
Are you gonna date this, Cindy?
Are you gonna date it when you
Yes.
file it? I didn't date it.
How much was that
That-
for?
$614.
72 cents.
He was overassessed. Yeah, 72 cents, 614.72. The house is not finished.
Excuse me a minute, but
Sure.
did you want an answer on the position, the clerk position? Full-time versus part-time, or
Well,
what was?
we have the two positions. I just didn't know The part-time one, I was questioning whether to put out now and just get the full-time one.
I'd go for the
Bill.
full-time
I
one
would too.
first. And see what we get, you know, for responses. So you're all set, you're gonna put that out there?
I'm gonna put it out. I'll
Okay.
put it out and set up some interviews.
I
Okay.
will forewarn you, it's a tough market out there right now to
I know it
find
is.
somebody.
Is it?
Very
Oh, it
tough.
is.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you have a job description
I'm sure
at
Cindy,
this time?
I'm pretty sure we got a job description for a clerk. Don't we, Cindy?
Well, no, because
No.
things have changed.
Yeah.
So is there a way to post one, like even at the board, so people even coming and paying their bills should know?
Um, we- Trying to put one together right now. It's mainly a deputy clerk, tax collector, and treasurer to me, so
Right.
it's pretty much,
Well, it says in this advertisement, the person in this position will work closely with the town clerk in the collection and data entry of various taxes, licenses, and fees in accordance with state regulations and procedures. Work at the counter will also include handling motor vehicle registrations, vital records, and recording statistics. This person will have considerable contact with the public. Training on the job and otherwise will be available as well. Work will also include assignments and projects from the town manager, tax collector, and treasurer, and/or for various town boards and committees. Preferred candidates must be willing to agree to a background check and will have strong data entry, word processing, computer orientation in general, administration skill set, and experience working in a busy office setting. A financial background, prior municipal or trio experience is a plus. That's a fairly
Sounds very
good description right there. So, I mean, you can take that and expand on that when you,
well, we
Get
have
ready
job
for it.
descriptions when different people have different titles.
right,
But we don't have that situation now,
Right.
so.
okay. So the culvert grant on the Dahlia Farm Road.
I sent the contract up today to, DP. I had a conversation with, Bill LaFlame from DP. We have to have a Army Corps of Engineers permit, which,
How long will that take?
well, we're hoping a couple of weeks minimum.
Have you have any experience with that, Scott?
Jim
She's been
today.
dealing with Jim.
Oh, okay, all right.
We've told Jim
But,
to,
Serena Deuce, who is the person at the federal IFW that I've been dealing with,
Mhm.
she is doing a bunch of these that, for this project, for this grant, a bunch of the different towns and municipalities, and trying to get them pushed through.
Right.
She had me call Army Corps of Engineers today, to try to see if we could, because they've got a deadline of September on this, and trying to get these permits and get the work done. Evidently,
Right.
Army Corps of Engineers don't work very fast.
Right.
So, but I am working on it and
Well, hopefully,
working with her and Jim and trying to get it all coordinated. It's just not as simple as I thought it was gonna be.
yeah. Does that set you back?
no, well, a little bit, but Jim's available for anything that's needed to help or go run for Cindy where she's short-handed right now to
Alright.
get that thing moving, because if you don't get it done, I mean, this is the road that's not gonna get paved this year. and
Yeah.
Get finished up, but I think we're coming up in the next week or so to fill in the ditches and get that road back in shape.
All right,
So, but he's readily available if Cindy runs into trouble with anything with it, or
okay,
he can be right on it. We've told him to do whatever it takes to get it done for us. so.
okay. You're all set on the Chapman Road?
Yep,
Did the Chapman
we
Road?
gotta pull some shoulders in where we added, straightened up the side of the road there that was laid off pretty hard.
Yeah,
To get that about as close as we could get it for now.
yeah,
We gotta pull the shoulders in on that section. Driveway lips, we gotta do a few. There's a few homeowners that like supposedly the town their culverts. They got
On the
some-
Chapman Road,
Yeah,
I believe there were two. that
two
you-
side by side.
Yeah,
They just wanna go back like a foot and a half further.
Set the culvert back a foot and a half further.
No, the culverts are bumped up.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
good, And they said the town replaced them 4 or 5 years ago. And it's not, I mean, it's no expense to you guys, we're driving with anyway, so it's a foot further, it's no major ordeal,
Okay.
as far as we're concerned, and we got that left. Signs are coming.
Yes, we have, I got a call today from a concerned citizen about, speed,
on the Littlefield Road.
well, just speed limit signs. And a lot of people over in that, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of people on the Littlefield Road and the Severance Road and Tapley Farm Road wanted a speed limit sign. Do I have that right?
I believe so, yes.
And I actually was the one that suggested we put up a couple stop signs and make that a 3-way stop to cover anything that might be going on over there. Somebody
And that's what we
going,
ordered for signs,
Yeah.
was to make that a 3-way stop, a stop ahead sign.
stop ahead sign.
Um,
It'll take a little bit getting used to, but I think it will be all right.
Well, evidently, I didn't get a chance to get up there today, but there's evidently a 35-mile-an-hour sign, speed limit sign that, I don't know if it's not been there or what, but coming from Winniport into Newburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to check on it, but it's my understanding that those roads are a standard 45 miles an hour.
Oh, I see.
There is a 45-mile-an-hour sign just as you come from Newburgh into Newburgh. There's a 20-mile on this end with an intersection. Where you get to the intersection of Tapley, Severance, there. On the other side, there is too, an intersection sign. Down by, further down, there's a 45. And it goes both ways
Okay.
on that Littlefield Road.
So it's 45, it's not 35?
It's 45. It is
I
45.
think that's a state law, though, on a non-posted
Right.
road.
It's
is-
45.
It's 45.
asphalt is
Tapley Farm
45,
doesn't
and dirt
have
road
it.
is 35. It's the state standards
Okay.
for it, unless you want to police them yourself.
No, I don't.
But I think that's how they word it, though.
Yeah, I think it
You
is.
have to go by their rules, if
Yeah.
not, you're responsible for policing them yourself.
That's fine. Anything else you want to tell us?
I just was the only other question I was gonna ask you guys mentioned it, salt and stuff coming. Can we just do winter sand whenever, or?
We all set for that? We are?
Well, the only thing would hold us up is if we get the money for the salt shed, but we don't wanna,
Is that
That's good.
inside or outside?
Oh, right. Well, it was both.
For the-
Yeah, and that, we won't know that till August 20th.
yeah.
We can wait, it's no big deal.
Yippee.
It's us. We just were thinking, we had some slack.
Yeah.
Because the guys called me a couple of times and I keep
Yeah.
telling him that,
We wanted to try to repair that a little bit. I mean, you've got the apron cleaned off, but we were gonna try to repair some of the cracks.
Yeah, we'll wait. It's no big
Inside
deal for us.
and-
We don't mind,
Okay,
we don't mind at all.
Okay.
We just check in with one of the guys in the fitness shirt today, was the only plan.
yeah, okay. Okay, so, what was the amount you got for that grant, 75?
75,561. You did miss, on the ballot for MMA, there were two. There was a
Oh.
ballot for the legislative
Well,
policy.
this is why I have this extra stuff here. then.
Yeah.
Linda Cohen, Counselor, City of
This one is
Portland.
for the executive committee, which I don't know,
I mean, I don't know any of these people.
no,
Do we have to vote?
no, no.
I wouldn't know James Gardner of Easton, or Christine Lands of Bethel, or Linda Cohen of South Portland if I ran over them. So, Mary Sabins, town manager, so I'd say we let that ride. You all set?
You all set?
Yes, yep.
Board goals and a plan for the future discussion. There are a few goals that I'd like to, because of some liabilities, I'd like to have we had talked about this briefly. I'd like to have a driver's list come from the fire department, so I mean, that's a pretty standard thing. You know, who's driving your vehicles, and they turn in their driver's license and make sure everybody's cool.
Okay.
Did they ever do any background checks?
Nope, but, that was something that, has been requested, that we change our policy on background checks,
Mm-hmm.
and require them, which I agree with.
Yeah? Yeah.
So, if it's all right with you guys, I will start, putting out you have to get an authorization form
Okay.
signed by the people, but I'll get
Thank you.
everybody that's on file now and anybody new coming in.
Okay.
Um,
For fire and rescue?
yeah,
Okay.
an office. I know
Okay.
there was
How
never one
expensive
done on
are
me.
the background checks? Do you
Huh?
know? Do you know how expensive they are?
They're free.
They are free?
Yeah, we have an account set up with, Inform Me through the state, and I set it up over here. I've done one, since I've been here, but,
Okay.
implement getting those caught up and getting them on file for everybody and anybody new that comes in.
What do they entail? Because there's 3 or 4 different kinds of background checks.
This one is a background check done for
And it's not
MMA.
just a driver's license background check.
No,
Not in for
No.
me, is not.
no, not in for me.
But that driver's list is just, should be in place.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It used to be whoever got there first and got in the truck was the driver. And if you didn't like it, you could fight for it.
You have to have EGOT training now to drive.
Well, and I'm saying what it used to be, Linda.
Yeah, but now you do have to have, and anybody driving does have the EGOT training. You have
Well,
to have that.
That's true, but, you know, sometimes, like every year I have to, I provide a driver's list and all their driver's license numbers every year to my insurance company. Because sometimes somebody forgets to tell you that they had like an SR-22 suspension, or, you know, it doesn't have to be anything. But, so I think it's a good idea. I don't know, did you read that? That was the last letter we got from the 2014.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yep.
right. I'm making note of the 2014, after the 2014 audit, which I really like this letter, said that we had done a good job picking away at everything, and especially thank you and your staff. This is to address to Cindy. You and your staff for the quality of accounting work that you have consistently presented for us to audit. Without your hard work, your CPA firm would likely not be able to produce the quality of audit work that would be recognized as among the top level in the United States. So please do not hesitate to share this letter with your lenders, donors, grantors. So that's a good thing. The audits, you said that there were some things that we had to,
There's
policies
a big
and
goal
stuff.
in most of municipalities is to get what they call a clean audit.
and that,
And a clean audit is when there's nothing in the back of it that says, you need to address this and you need to address that. And we worked,
okay,
a lot of people worked over the last 4 years to get it.
okay, all right.
But that company is not the one we're using this year?
Nope,
They didn't want to do us this year?
they didn't know, they didn't not want to do us. He just didn't wanna put in, for some reason, he said it was too early when I put it out to bid.
Was he one that would
But I do
charge
know-
an hourly rate rather than a bid?
No, he's another one that does a lot of, income taxes and a December, like we've said in the
Yeah.
past, those December year end, and to do, they infringe on their money
Gravy.
time of doing income taxes for people. That's why they don't like to do the
Yeah.
December year ends.
But this is a June year end.
Right. But he opted not to do it for some reason. I have no idea. I know we.
Well, a lot of those companies know their workload. We
Yeah.
don't know, you don't know their
Yeah.
workload. But
Yeah.
they may have been already heavily committed or something, so,
He may have more junior ends than he can handle,
right,
so.
right. Is there anything else we want to discuss for board goals?
I do wanna make a note, the, the auditor was, the email said she's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Yes,
I talked to her today, and it is Wednesday, so I sent out a special e-news, and I changed the notice on the door.
okay.
Um,
So it's the 13th, she's,
It's Wednesday, it's not Tuesday.
okay, you're gonna be
I was
close.
right to be, I started out, when I first talked to her, was the 13th.
Okay,
And then she sent the email that said the 12th, which,
right.
so I changed it.
Have you, put the new hours on the answering machine?
No,
Okay. I think we should do that. Are they in the e-news or on the website?
I believe so.
Okay, they are, okay.
Is it a permanent thing now that you're going to be closed on Fridays?
Until she gets help. It's temporarily permanent.
I'm just, it's just a note, just so you
I
know.
mean-
My sister is a hairdresser in Connell, and she does half of the town in Newburgh. She said the biggest bitch she's had about this whole thing is they can't find out when the office is open.
Yeah.
People have come, especially where it was the end of the month, and she said it's just one of the biggest hoorahs, because people don't, if they don't live on this road, they don't come up here for anything. And
So that's good. We'll put it on, make sure it's on the answering machine.
Is it-
Yeah.
I'll update it.
Is it 9 to 4 Monday? 8 to,
It's
Was it
9 to 6 Monday.
9 to 6 Monday? I had
Yeah, 8 to 4 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, closed Friday.
Tuesday to Thursday. Okay. I knew I read it on there today, but
you keep going this way for a while, and you'll have lots of money in the account to hire a clerk. You're not paying anybody.
we ain't got money enough now. We only got money enough to pay the bills.
That's kind of a sigh of relief that we can pay the bills.
I don't have enough room. The board meetings are down there, and I put the election down there. Just soon as that's over, I've gotta put the annual town meeting back up there for
Right.
August 20th. And I should put ballots available for August 9th.
Right.
Board should have been bigger.
That about covered? Do you have anything else?
No. No, I think,
I
I think
think,
our primary goal right now ought to be get up and running back to normal, and
right,
then we can kind of move forward, hopefully.
yes, exactly. Like I said, it feels good to be able to sign the warrant and pay the bills,
Yes.
so.
You want the one run we had in June?
Pardon me?
You want the one run the fire department had in June?
Do we want the one run, where, yeah, you can let me know.
It's on the 23rd on I-95.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Cindy? That it for now?
It is.
The only other thing I can think of under goals is that eventually, I know that, I don't even know if we have a basic one to start from, is sort of a policies and procedures type thing, not procedures, but just general policies for fire and rescue.
I have some.
You have some?
The next meeting I'll probably, because you guys have, maybe I should wait until after the election. Because generally what happens after town meeting is I bring a booklet full of our policies
Right,
that you guys adopt every year.
okay.
So, I will, but it probably isn't, should we wait till after the election, till the third person's on? and-
Yeah, probably. Skip probably has a lot of historical knowledge in that cancer-free head of his. So, I think that's fine. I think that's fine,
All right,
really.
and I'll look in, I do have some.
Because there's no sense of, well, you know what, you could get them out so we could review them.
Yep,
We
I
could at
usually
least
make a little booklet, and then if you wanna change them or.
add to
anything,
them, or,
yep.
right, and then we could bring them
Because
before
we are
the
gonna
board.
have to amend the personnel policy,
For background
for
checks.
background checks.
Yeah.
And, there was one other one. I think it's the internal controls one, as to handling money, but I've gotta pull
Okay,
them.
all right. But yeah, that's a good thing. Let's get them out. Let's review them, and you can email them to us so we can at least review them and stuff, so. Okay, I think we all set, everybody? We're gonna adjourn. It is 6:40 PM. We made a mistake. We are not going to adjourn. We are going to go into an executive session at 6:40 PM for a personnel matter. We are going to executive session per MRSA number 1, section 405-6-A for a personnel matter. Thank you. We have returned from executive session at about 7:09 PM and no action was taken. Now I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? We are adjourning at 7:10.